Hello there, guys, and welcome to this coronavirus edition of Theme Park Wizard TV. Today, we're going to talk a whole bunch of stuff. Let me pull up my Google Docs and all about what the virus and its effect on the parks here, the theme park industry. Um, it's going to be a kind of a short live stream. There's some interaction yeah, questions or whatever, and then uh, during this park closure time, obviously there's not much theme park news or construction updates to do. So comment below what type of videos you'd like to see. I was thinking about I have some hypothetical videos lined up. Um, hypothetical isn't, let's say, if there were to be a Frontierland expansion instead of Star Wars Land over there, what type of rides would you want in the Frontierland expansion? Or there's a if something were to replace Winnie the Pooh at Critter Country, what type of ride would I want there? So I have some hypothetical videos like that lined up. Hopefully you guys like them. Um, I'm trying to think I'm trying to be like super creative on what type of content to do while these parks are closed and while news will be kind of dry lately. Have some more Q&A videos coming up. I'll have a Q&A video this week. If you have a question for the Q&A video, definitely go on my Instagram at theme_park_wizard and go on my story and type in the question. I'm collecting all the questions to put in the video. Also, on my Twitter at theme_wizard, you can put in the question right now, or put the question in the comments, and I'll write it down for my question Q&A video coming up. Um, uh, I'm not sure when it's coming up, but it'll be coming up whenever I get a lot of questions. So, definitely go write me a question and on one of those two platforms. Also ask me questions here. But these questions you ask me here, I'll answer it right now in this live stream. If you happen to be watching this after the live stream's over, you can leave a question down below and I'll put that in my Q&A video coming up. So, but anyway, how is the coronavirus affecting you guys? Um, are you sad that you can't go visit your favorite theme parks? Um, has it put you out of work? Has it As or have you at least been working from home? I know everyone in my house and even in my other family in Vegas has been officially working from home as of yesterday. So that's very bad. One of the my stepmother, she works at the at Caesars Entertainment Corporation. So obviously Caesars Palace and the rest of the strip hotels in Vegas have closed. So she is currently working from home right now. Um, And it's kinda eerie going out. I mean, when I just go out just to my cousin's house or to the go out to do an errand, it's kinda eerie, just kinda seeing the empty streets here because I'm in LA. So there's we have known for our traffic, of course, but there's just been no traffic. The freeway's been nearly empty. The streets around outside the streets been very empty. Also, it's been very rainy. As you can see, it's nice and sunny today for, like, the first time in, like, a week, at least a week. So not the best. There's kind of a glare, but nice and nice and blue, no clouds in the sky. It's like the first actually sunny day. Fortunately, and I'll show you the temperature here. It's kind of 21 degrees. It's cold to us Southern Californians. So at least it's sunny though. Beggars can't be choosers. Can't say it's cold and rainy, but I'll take either sunny and cold or warm and rainy. I like those combinations. Very nice. Um, So that's nice because with the rain combined with the emptiness, because in general, when it's rain, at least when it's here, when it's rains here in LA, people don't go outside, even when it's overcast. The freeways are kind of empty on the weekends when it's overcast because it was ugly outside. So that combined with the virus and quarantine really made it completely empty, and it's very weird to drive on the streets here. Um, in Southern California. But hopefully, as the days go by, these it gets better and we can get back to our parks being open. Now, the CDC recommended for the next 8 weeks. Now, I guess 7 weeks. They recommended that last week, so 7 weeks, 7 more weeks of quarantine, basically. That takes us obviously past the April 1st opening date of the parks. Some analysts came out today and said they expect Disney parks to be closed at least until mid-April. That's like April 15th. Um, we'll see. That's definitely better than the May timeline the CDC gave us. But I say if people, again, if the quarantine works and cases, there's fewer new cases each day, then I feel like the parks can definitely open up by mid-April, and potentially even earlier. And it's only been 4 days, but I feel like at least being reported, there's not like a lot of new cases. Some states like Florida had about 100% increase in cases overnight. But that's because if you see people are all over the beach there, and they're not really doing quarantine, or at least they're not. The residents aren't engaging in quarantine. Could be spring breakers, could be Florida residents. I don't know, but if you've seen they're all over the Daytona beaches and Miami beaches, they're all packed in. And not coincidentally, that's where the highest amount of cases are, especially the highest amount of new cases. They had about 100 cases yesterday, and then 24 hours later, today, Florida now is 400 or 396. So again, that community spread is really happening over there. But places here like California and other places in New York, we have, I think, doing pretty well, and will eventually become, and they'll do pretty well. Interestingly enough, though, I don't know other states. I mean, I see a lot about California and LA because that's my local news channels. That's what all they follow. What about like Texas and Utah? Do they even have? I mean, all 50 states have cases, but I don't know how many, or even if it's a lot or little, because you know or at least the local news channels here are obviously focused on California. So I don't know, but I just feel like if everyone stays inside or again goes out only for essential stuff like grocery shopping or yeah, just like grocery shopping or sorry, take out on food, then I feel like we'll be okay. Potentially again by April 1st, I feel like it'd be a-okay. Um the new virus cases coming out. LA County had a few new cases last overnight again. It jumped up, I think, at 90 new cases or little less. But you know, yeah, uh, as more testing becomes available, that's also when the more new cases become available. So good. So so obviously we're gonna have a jump in some cases so everyone can get tested. But again, just because you have the case doesn't mean that you're gonna die or even that it'll even be bad. Some people have multiple reports of people um, having their highest temperature of 99.8. That's not even that barely counts as a fever. Yeah, now's the height of it. Other people, whether they have pre-existing conditions or they're different age group, they're in the ICU and they're hacking up a storm and it hurts to breathe. So there's a very wide range of stuff going on here. So all you gotta do is wash your hands, be safe, and especially if you have pre-existing conditions or you smoke or you drink, but especially smoke because it affects the lungs. Definitely take even more precautions. Definitely those smokers don't want to go anywhere really. Because if you get it, then it already gets your lungs. Which again, from the videos I've seen, sounds and looks absolutely terrible. I would absolutely hate to be in the ICU with that. But again, knock on wood, all of them recovered. Um, and again, here you go with the connection unstable. So if I'm glitching in and out, sorry about that. Now the connection should be better, hopefully, because the sign went out. But anyway, if you are in the uh, in the ICU or you know someone that has a coronavirus case, I hope they get better. Um, Also, the more people that get it that already have it, they now build up immunity to it because their their cells know what it is now. So they won't get it again. And that plus quarantine plus the vaccines in development that will definitely all help to combine to slow this thing down. And then also, Keith, viruses or the virus, the coronavirus gets severely weakened in 97-degree weather or just 97 degrees in general and gets completely killed around 150 degrees. Which is why places like Hawaii and Mexico don't. Hawaii has 14 cases statewide. That's across all of its main islands. No, with Oahu leading the total at 8. Sure, they don't have as many people as like California or the mainland, but still, um, Hawaii is like a constantly tropical place, so it can survive, but just not survive as well. And they probably don't have severe cases. I wouldn't think either. No, no, because it's just so warm all the time there. Same thing. I'd say the same thing with Florida as well. It's a little cooler. I checked. Well, I checked actually it's 87 degrees in Miami, I think today, which is pretty pretty warm. So I feel like they have a lot of cases, but they also have it's a little cooler and they also have a lot more people. So still wash your hands, be safe. But by the time the summer comes for sure, it should be severely weakened or completely gone, as it does not like hot temperatures. It likes to stay the regular colds and flus. Because in that same type of the coronavirus is stable again. And so what the that's basically the coronavirus. But we on this channel for the next couple of weeks, uh try to find the comment below, put them in the chat. uh, DM me on Instagram if you want, or Twitter, either or, and I will definitely do all these different types of videos to see as we go through this tough time of the parks being closed and construction projects being stopped. And speaking of projects being stopped, July 18th of opening of Avengers Campus. I don't know if you saw my last video, but Walt Disney World and Disneyland halted construction on its projects because of the new coronavirus guidelines of 10 people or more should be like banned, or they shouldn't. People shouldn't be groups of more than 10. Um, so that forced Disney to stop construction on all their projects and all the refurbishments that were happening at Disneyland. Disney rushed some additional attractions into refurbishment over the weekend when the projects were closed. Because the guidelines were still 250 or more at that time, and then they dropped to 10, and then that's when they were forced to stop, unfortunately, which sucks because that means they can't work on anything until the parks open up again or the guidelines are restricted. Which means July 18th Avengers Campus opening probably might get pushed back to September or even October. So it'll be a kind of opening during the Halloween season, which will be very interesting. It really sucks though because Disney don't have that big flashy summer opening, you know, that they have been accustomed to over the past few years. And they have also been it might take a while for people to feel comfortable enough to be in large crowds again. Um, Even when Disneyland does open, people might feel a little uncomfortable. Even like, and that's just like not just Disney, but like movie theaters and any kind of large gathering. People might be a little uncomfortable to be within hundreds of people. Imagine like something like after a terrorist attack, you know, after like 9/11, people were probably definitely a little uncomfortable to be in like large groups or big tourist settings or concerts or anything. And like after the Vegas shooting at the concert in 2018, definitely lots of people. I knew some people that were there. So they were definitely a little uncomfortable to be in any other large gathering, especially because PTSD and that is definitely pretty scary if you're at there. So I would say sorry. Whew, man, roughneck. But I'd imagine that it'll take a few months for people to be, just which really sucks for Disneyland because Disney had again the low crowd levels. Last summer they have the low, well they have the no crowd levels now, but they have the low crowd levels in summer most likely because again that people are just kind of itching to go the where to go back. No, mhm. When if Avengers Campus can open in late summer, that may help out the crowds a little bit. Um, but it'll be very interesting to see how the crowd pattern develops there. Um, but damn, that really this is really taking a hard hit. Now, funny because the coronavirus started really in December. China, I guess China admitted to lying. They said it started actually started in November. Uh, but it started with in 2019, ramped up in January, February, and that's around the time that, of course, Bob Iger stepped down as CEO. Did he figure the coronavirus is become gonna come over here? Because Bob Iger stepped down, and some of the Disney parks were already closed. Did he figure it could get worse? Come here, and then yeah, and did he figure that the Disney parks and domestic parks can close, and he just didn't want all that bad press. He wants to go out on a good note. I don't know. Sounds pretty interesting. I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there, but that one I feel like wouldn't be too far-fetched if Bob Iger knew that, he's like, "Wait a second, this virus is starting to spread, it's probably inevitable coming to the US," and then we're gonna have to close domestic parks. So, let me just step down now, give it to Bob Chapek. I wanna go on a high now, and let's let him deal with it. Or Bob Iger would be kinda dealing, he's creative department, but, the business side, like, let's deal with let's let Bob Chapek deal with it. Mm, very interesting. Go on a high note as well. I wouldn't wanna let, um, some virus come in and ruin things. I'm like, "What? I don't wanna go out on a limb like this. Let me get out while I can before this virus comes out becomes serious when it comes to the United States." Um, but let me know your thoughts on that. If it's coincidence or did that have something to do with it? I'll be very, very interested. Yeah. Of course, Disney's not the only park affected. Universal is working on several projects on both resorts. There's a whole new theme park being built in Orlando. The actual release date will still be 2023 for that one. Um, and I feel like 2021 will still happen for Super Nintendo World here in Hollywood because, again, when the parks open up, they can just put in overtime shifts, you know, 3 8-hour shifts. That's a whole 24-hour workday. They can, do third shift for the construction workers until they caught up on everything else that they missed over the past, or however long it'll be closed, at least 2 weeks, um, potentially a month. So they can do several overtime shifts to make up what they're losing on over over this next month or two to open up in 2021. Because again, they didn't say a season. They didn't actually even confirm the Super Nintendo World or even that's opening in 2021. But that's just all speculation. But um, that's the same thing in Mickey's Minnie's Runaway Railway. They just said 2022. They didn't give an opening season. They didn't do anything. So they can theoretically put in a whole bunch of overtime shifts when the parks open to continue construction and stay stay on target for the 2022 opening date of Mickey's Minnie's Runaway Railway and and at and at and Holly Universal Hollywood. they can go ahead and get put in overtime shifts for Super Nintendo World. And Singular Press will open when the parks open, or maybe a week or two after, so they can get back into normal operations. But the ride's done; it's been testing. There's no more actual construction work to do on the ride, so it's ready to go. I'll be tested maybe for a week or two, and again use that time to get back to normal operations, and then go ahead and um, open up to the public. Um, they'll have to kind of rush Hornets construction because that starts in May. If that's like if the parks closures go into May. Um, but that's pretty much the only real opening date that could be affected is Avengers Campus, which is July 18th, because now they committed to that, and that one's still well under construction. It's not like Single Fifth where it's done and they're just kind of putting in finishing touches. No, lots of scaffolding is there, and it could really um go ahead and really push that back that day months. At Jewish Shingers, that says new channel at Looping Thrills. Great, I'll check it out. Everyone also go check out um J- Looping Thrills. Alright, let's put it right now. See here. Looping Thrills. Seems like another theme park channel, so definitely support the theme park community. Looping Thrills. Let's see, here it is. I subscribe to you, Looping Thrills, and let's go ahead and sorry, all right. So Looping Thrills is a new theme park channel. Looks like it's focusing on Six Flags Magic Mountain. If you go check it out, they have now 10 subscribers. I was their 10th subscriber, so definitely go check them out. And yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. Um, comment. Hey, thanks for hey, hey, thanks for coming on the live stream. Right. I subscribe to your channel. Can't wait to watch your content. Okay. So yeah, so you can go check out Dipping Thrills. Um anyway, so that's all I basically want to say about the coronavirus. Um have a big economic impact too. Hopefully there'll be no like budget cuts like for Tomorrowland or Adventures You Ticket because of this. I'll be watching that as soon as the parks reopen, and I'll be watching Insider Info. But definitely subscribe to the channel for more constant theme park updates, and stay tuned for more kind of cool creative videos for the next couple months, or yeah, 2 weeks to a couple months while the parks are closed. And I'll keep you updated on everything theme park. It'll be have fun together. I'll do the live streams every single Wednesday, of course, at 3 p.m. while everyone's quarantined, and then when everyone goes back to work, 4 p.m. So definitely go check it out. And as always, have a fantastic day. Bye bye, everybody.